And
Korean to open up for HellRaisers in the second phase.
Did they? Okay, they haven't banned AA right now on the side of HellRaisers, and this is the nuttiest AA game that I could possibly see. Timber, Oracle, Tree all would get dismantled by it on a position 5 AA. The issue is you don't currently have the stuns or the setup to really make it a clean cut.
That's true. You've then got an AA Rubik, right? It's a bit of a maybe flimsy duo support.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like with an AA against an Oracle, you want heroes that you will burst it down, so the Oracle is forced to use his ulti the second it gets hit. But in this game, you get hit by the Ice Blast, and the Oracle can wait those 2-3 seconds, then ulti, and then AA ulti is just non-existent. It's like it didn't even clip the Timber. He's gonna heal either way, and then you kind of have this useless hero. So I'm not sure if they would want to go for it, and I'd be surprised if they weren't thinking about it, but like it could look kind of shaky just because of that.
Mars is also available. I feel like if you have, it's hard to pick Mars because of course you have the Timber Saw in terms of the laning side. If they just put the Timber, we saw as well this laning matchup. They put Funix solo and they aggro tri-lane. They could do the same again with the Timber Saw. You put him solo safe lane, you pick up an aggressive tri-lane. Tree is really strong in any tri-lane. Even he's just a strong hero. And now Oracle as well gives you that catch with the root. You pair that with any carry that has a little bit of damage early on, and that lane is pretty much a dead lane. And as well, Timbersaw lane, so hard to pressure him. So I think right now it's pretty spooky for her.
Well, they don't want the tri-lane situation.
Yeah, that mitigates that aggressive nature. I like this pick. It's very good for the laning phase. Issue is, post-laning phase,
do you not like Soul Rip as like a good heal in those early bouts as you transition?
No, I'm just saying like this is like an insane PL game, for example.
If they don't pick it now, it's getting banned.
Yeah.
So, but if they do pick it now, you have 2 picks to respond to it. So
that is for sure. But then you also still have last pick on side of HellRaisers, so they could easily pick up that big gotcha pick that they've shown before. They've obviously not good this game, but they've seen Out, Nagas, what else? They've had a Brood one game. I think they even played a Meepo. Like, there's so many gotcha picks that they can pick up that if they do hard counter the PL, there's going to be one of those cheesier picks that comes in and saves the day.
I really wanted to see a DM Sand King, so I'd like to see HellRaisers getting a PL here and then Virtus.pro.
I think we've seen a small sample group of Sand King. It's looked a bit rough. I think he's had 1 win, 1 loss.
But he's also got like 2,000 games on his profile.
He has, so he definitely has experience.
Has he got 2,000 games? You know what?
I don't know if it's as big as 2,000. He has played a lot.
Give me a second.
We've been over this before. You're now the number man.
Say that. We're going to loosely say number man. I just have access to the internet whilst the draft's a little bit...
That's, you know, that's not where you get the numbers, it's how you use them. So we are going to see the Troll Oracle combo, though.
I'm thinking of someone else, mate. This man's not got 2,000 Sand King games.
Yeah, I was like, pretty impressive if he has got that many in.
Nah, he's hidden his account, though, so it's kind of cheating. He's got only 200. He has got 900 PL games, though, so that's kind of disgusting.
DM?
Yeah, I think I got the right guy.
Someone's cheesing their way through. But FN Razorbar looks to be coming out for Virtus.pro-Prodigy as the 4th pick. So far, 3 wins, no losses. He's stamping up most of the wins, actually, for Razor in this tournament so far.
So
that's
now
the good old Razor.
You ban the Queen of Pain, and then HellRaisers have big damage problems when it comes to dealing with the Razor. He can just run in and suck up all the Troll's damage. Yeah. Right?
But it's just, I feel like they've got the same issue though, right? Like look at the heroes they've got, right? How they play lanes. It's all about, they've got, the entire draft is basically a reaction to what HellRaisers have done. You have Undying for the tree lane. You've got Razor for the Troll. But how do you take this fight? You play behind DP ult, maybe you chuck a Tombstone down for a slow, but where's your stuns? Where's your anything?
That's true.
How do you hit, outside of DP, who's your building hitter? Of course you have DP that kind of solves that problem, but if DP walks up by herself, then HellRaisers pick any burst and suddenly your whole draft's collapse.
Well, how do you fix that as final pick? Because like you just said, they've got good push. I mean, they have decent damage in the fights, but you want lockdown, right? How do you, what's the plasterboard for this draft?
Well, I want to see them put the Razor mid. And then just be able to play out get themselves a win condition or something.
Like
the issue there is then
type-esque hero.
Okay, there's Mars. They go back. Okay.
Surprised they actually made it this far, to be honest with you.
Okay, so now VP.Prodigy, they have this lineup that really fights good around an area. So
it's the fighting boys. Literally, they're gonna just want to fight.
Yeah,
they almost worked in last game.
Their idea is to get to a tower and then just stand there. Oracle doesn't like to defend towers. Tree, obviously. would like to be on the aggressive, so you have all the trees to work with around.
Do you have living armor though? So if only, living armor is going to do a nice bit of work.
Yeah, definitely.
And
ooh, what a bat
how
game.
often do we see this? Oracle picked early, then Bat coming in as the gotcha pick. And has it got VP.Prodigy by the gonads on this one?
I do like this bat pick. It's going to have a strong lane no matter where it goes.
It's going mid.
Yep.
I think it's going mid.
It's no matter, it's going to go mid. It's going to have a strong lane. It's going to be able to pressure. It's going to be able to run through the back lines. I just think that VP, they put themselves in a position where they've had drafts like this before where you don't really know how they're going to win the game because they just have only fight, but they do just outfight their opponents. But my concern is the lanes aren't as great as they might have maybe drafted into it. And I think they've reacted too much in their draft, and HellRaisers just have the all-round nicer game to play.
What's your reaction to this draft, Nicola?
I like the HellRaisers draft. I can see the way VP.Prodigy wants to play, but the problem is you're fighting against the treant. He can delay your pushes in the beginning. You want to get those towers. HellRaisers, they're gonna wait for some items on bat, then they're gonna react to those pushes, and this bat is gonna be amazingly strong. I just don't want him to go for the first item bots. I want to see like a drums or something so that he doesn't just die in the arena.
And I think the one of the last points though is simply that Prodigy don't have a lot of big burst damage, and you have double saves on your supports. So even in a fight in which they get a pick off, it's going to be very hard to maintain that, and they don't have enough stuns to keep them in place. So I think even if Prodigy have that early lead, eventually they're going to make a couple mistakes against these big saves, and then HellRaisers should be able to take the game.
My oh my, this panel, they sure do favor HellRaisers. You know, we said VP.Prodigy, too much fight, what they do afterwards. They pick up a DB to push this time. We're still not satisfied. What do you think, Suns fan Synderen? Is this better than the last game? Can we actually back VP.Prodigy this time?
Synderen, answer that man's question now.
It's always on him, isn't it, son? Come on, man.
I can't when you pressure me
take
like
a
this.
shot for once.
I kind of liked VP.Prodigy for most of the way here, but this Batrider last pick is just really good this game. So I'm a bit concerned. I don't know how much Kazani has played this bat in their official games. I think he has played it a couple of times, and he is definitely capable. But it's a bit of a step away from, more of the... It's a bit less on the carry side and a bit more on the playmaker side, and we'll see how that works out, because I do feel like Prodigy, if fights start correctly and they get a full drain off from Razor, I do think they can win the fights. I'm still on the HellRaisers bandwagon here. They're owning right now. But I see better chances for Prodigy probably in this game than the last one.
Okay. Well, DM is going to be playing his Mars again. Going to try to correct what... I feel like he was getting good Mars ults, but nobody was near him. Does that make them bad Mars ults then? Or is that just bad communication? I guess it could be anything at this point.
I think it was more of a strategy problem in the last game where, yes, his ultis were good, but the reason it doesn't look like all of his teammates are in them is that if they go in, they just die to Monkey King Leshrac, right? So the hero was just very well counterpicked in the last game, and the whole strategy around it was solid from HR. In this game, the Mars gets 5th picked, and it makes it very different. Because now, yeah, you still have the Oracle against him, but it's a better Mars game than the last one, I would say, clearly. And his teammates have good synergy with it, too. So I'm pretty hopeful for him to show improvement here.
Dying. Getting right-click down very low. Has another decay coming up, though, so we'll be fine.
That's because of boots.
Fine is a relative word. That's true. He does have boots. He's a tanky boy.
And look at HellRaisers. This is the same as last game. Aggro tri-lane, ward behind the enemy tower to snipe couriers, and they're going to leave Funnick alone in the safe lane on his Timber, but this time, his lane matchup will not be the easiest. This time around, it's the other way around, where he is bot, and now DM will be playing in the safe lane. Kind of getting laid into, though.
Yep, takes a lot of damage. DM, another right click, he's going to pop the salve.
It's not good.
It'll prevent the first blood, but now he's basically... I mean, he has 5 tangos. It's going to take a while to get back up. But this opens it up for Nyx to get some free last hits here. Absolutely no pressure whatsoever. And I guess that's exactly what you want if you're HellRaisers. I mean, typically when you pick an Undying, if you want a tri-lane, you win the tri-lane. That's why you pick him, isn't it?
I think it's part of it. Like the panel said, they're kind of just picking it into this Timber plus Treant just to have the decay in lane. But I think what you do here for VPP is you get level 2 on Rubik, and then he TP's top, and then you play this 3v3 lane where a level 2 Rubik is actually pretty strong in this lane, and DP should be able to hold her own against Timber. I don't really see them pressuring Funnick that much when once he reaches level 3, so maybe they're going to try to do as much as they can before that. They're actually doing a lot right now.
Yes, they are.
No, it's not bad at all.
About 200 HP. Does have a bunch of tangos left. So you do think that Save will TP out momentarily? Or that he should? There's the courier kill you were talking about.
If they can keep pressuring Funnick this hard, I don't think he has to TP out yet. It's when Timber gets level 3, I see this being way more challenging for them. When he gets 2 in reactive armor, you might not be able to put enough pressure to make it worth it. It's going to be
He's going to pop his salve, and it will not get canceled, so... looking for the courier kill is Save. Will not find it. But yeah, you're right. That top ward ended up benefiting HellRaisers yet again with that courier kill. As we're going to see Spirit Siphon again onto Funnick, but it's actually going to get a lot of pressure here from the creeps. That's just going to increase his armor, and there's the level 2 reactive armor.
Oh, they're bringing Undying down here.
Here comes Undying. Yeah, it's a 3v1 now.
That does not sound very good to me, but that's one of the challenges when you have Undying is if this hero doesn't have a lane to dominate, you just feel bad, right? Like, you want to go somewhere where you can pressure. You're not going to be able to pressure the bat mid. You've already lost top, and even if Rubik comes up there now, I think the lane's over. Troll's level 3, Mars just barely got level 2 just now. So, do you have anything better to do? And if the answer is no, I mean, you're tri-laning a Timbersaw. I don't... And he's already level 3. You're sure you're going to be able to pressure him like this, but is this worth it?
That Undying just... top lane, we'll talk about that in just a moment. DM gets a nice spear off, so... I'm not sure if he was actually threatened, but being pushed off the lane regardless. Yeah, I mean, this troll is getting 100% free farm at this point. That is going to be super scary if that continues to happen. But you're right, like, the levels have come through, so it's going to be difficult to kill him going forward anyway. Funnick has 16 stacks of decay on him right now. Still has a Timber Chain available, so we'll live through the day.
It looks nice when you have so low max HP, and you just see the regen ticking up. It goes so fast. It's like he's using a salve right now. Yeah. But...
like, all right, decay. I got a couple tangos. Once he's out of tangos, then it'll feel pretty bad. But before we get into any of these other, keep talking about these Timber/troll lanes, the mid lane, Razor versus Bat Riders. We're going to see initiation here. Flame Break to go along with...
oh, he got a regen.
Firefly
oh,
here.
my goodness.
Yeah, he's going to get that regen. Tasty, tasty delights.
Didn't have bottle, though. Okay. So he was hoping Aina would decay too early. Assuming that the region will pick up. So he was kind of like baiting him, and then eventually he's like, I have to take it or Undying will do it. So
yeah, makes sense.
At least he didn't get the full region value there at all.
But 1v1 battle, Cinderin. Bat Rider versus Razor, who wins?
Early on, Razor is fine, and then as soon as Bat reaches level 4 or 5, that's when this stuff is going to happen. You get triple sticky on Razor, and you're in trouble, and the enemy team has to TP in to save you. As First Blood is top, DM Mars will have such a shit game.
Yeah.
This hero with such a bad start, I've played this hero a lot, and as much as it can be amazing, and you can feel like the best player in the game when you have a good start, you can just feel like you can do whatever you want almost sometimes. Man, is it awful when you're far behind. Like, there's so little to do on the map. And he is currently bottom net worth in his team minute 5. Level 2.5. You compare that to the Timbersaw.
Even more surprising.
Timber is also struggling, but he's still a full level ahead of the Mars, and he has another 400 net worth. So
yeah,
they're both having terrible games, and I just see the Timber having more of an impact very early on.
Yeah, Mars taking some pressure again in the top lane. Not sure they'll find the kill this time around, as Troll is not super close, but DM does get quite low. We're going to see a gank mid. This is probably going to be the more important one. Static Link being applied to the Bat Rider. And here comes Save.
Good response. That's
more than enough heroes to take him out.
You need Razor to have a good game here. The panel also talked about it. He needs to be able to run in and link the Troll, and even more so now that Troll has easily the easiest game out of everybody here. Total free farm. It's big, and it slows down the Bat a lot, right? So Bat is now 800 gold behind the Razor in this 1v1 mid, and it's really because they've done a good job at responding, and because FN played the first few waves very well. That's when Razor builds the gap to Bat, and he managed to do it nicely.
Lane. They're going to finally find Mars in the trees, and this is going to be an easy kill as Nyx takes it again, so that's 2 kills for him in this top lane to go along with, well, who cares how many last hits, because he's top of the net worth. 600 above the Death Prophet, who is doing very well for herself. That's somebody we haven't really brought up, is Epileptic Kid.
Yeah.
We talk about how Timbersaw will survive in this lane. Like, they haven't killed him, but Death Prophet is farming.
Absolutely.
And will now exorcism this tower.
Yeah, Funnick's going to pull away the wave. So the siege creep will die to the tower. This is a really good defense from him. This is perfect. He knows that it's really difficult for the enemy team to kill him. Will force out the...
Nice telekinesis, exorcism. Okay, he's very difficult to kill him indeed.
Well, unless he kind of gave them that kill by throwing the chain out, actually. It allows save to get a lift, and then there's cooldown. If he doesn't use his chain at all, I don't think he dies. Because they have to, or maybe he dies, but it takes them way longer. Because then they have to lift him, and then after he chains, or they actually have to not lift him. It becomes a game of chicken, where you want to hold on to the lift so he can't
Just
chain
like
away.
the rune game from earlier. And Pushka taking static blink and taking death. Good English.
I take death anytime.
That would be a good voice line. Don't you want to be a voice actor one day, Cinder? I can hook you up with something.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
We'll
your
talk
custom
after
game
the-
has
after the
terrible
cast.
voice acting so far, so I'm pretty sure I
You know,
can.
I've actually, not to talk about this anymore, but I've gotten some complaints about people really hating it. So we might have to do something about it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I mean, you can switch it off, right?
No, that's the kind of
Wait, what?
problem.
I thought it was a
Bat
critical.
Rider. It will be. That's how it's supposed to be.
Oh, he baited out the lift there,
Undying.
Funnick. Nicely done, bot.
We'll get the lasso into the death with the Firefly. So, despite dying early on, Bat Rider is able to find himself a kill, but still a little bit behind here. By a little bit, I mean 800 gold in net worth. We'll be going straight for Blink. So the panel kind of talked about this. I was going to ask you this as well in terms of itemization for Bat Rider. We've been seeing tons of them just go straight up Boots of Travel instead of like going drums like we used to see more back in the day. This time we're going straight up Blink before anything else. What do you think?
He's playing against 0 saves, so it makes Dagger a lot better when you can reliably go on somebody. And I think the call from the team here is, we're going to make Troll God this game. And the way we do that is by not getting him linked by Razor. So every fight, Kazani will be looking for this Razor, and he will try to jump lasso him. And they're either going to kill him, or they're just going to pull him out of the fight and put him in a really bad position. And if Bat Rider manages to do that, Troll is kind of king in this game. He has Oracle saving him. They have Living Armor. They have tons of protection. Timbersaw will be free to move as well. Razor's really the key. So with that logic, I think the Blink can be good. Most of the time, I don't think Blink first is that good. But in this game, there's a good case to be made for it. For that reason. I think Force Staff first could also be a good item here. You know, it's more flexible with countering Razor. You just force the guy away that gets linked. But Funnick gets to Troll
Epileptic
again.
Kid had Exorcism up to take out the tier 1 tower. He might get even more than that as Funnick getting extremely low and will drop.
Had a nice
It's 9
dodge
minutes
earlier.
Sorry, 9 minutes 40 seconds, Cinder. And right now, VPP have both outposts. Will that continue?
And Miposhka will be too late. So yeah, they'll get them both.
Well,
Nicely done.
if he didn't D-ward, he wouldn't have been too late. Oh, they're going to have multiples coming in. Ooh, they might get it, actually. It's going to be pretty close. Oh, we have to look at that very shortly as
They
the
got
lasso is applied. It's a 1-for-1. Did they get it?
They got it. I
Man,
didn't think they could connect
that is
over
so
that fast. That was really... I
Well, you
already
can do
wrote
it
that off.
from the small camp. You can channel it.
Yeah, it was because Bat Rider and the Troll both connected in time. So, yeah, nicely done. I thought they were just giving it up, but barely getting it and getting the Razor kill to boot. And the last hit for that Razor kill did go to the Troll. That was a killing spree, so he
my.
gets even more gold.
Oh, dear.
He's ramping up fast. Does he have a Fury soon? Oh, he went Maelstrom. Okay. So, Maelstrom complete. He's getting really farmed on the Troll, which is obvious here. And Timbersaw, we want to continue talking this Timbersaw versus Mars narrative a bit, because now Mars is actually overtaking him. Like, they're both having terrible games, but the amount of pressure they put on Funnick really did pay off in the end. I thought he was going to do slightly better than this, and he did have a good escape once from a gank, where he fake cast the Timber Chain, the used lift, and then he managed to get out. But the consistent pressure of DP has got to him, and now he's going to go mid, so that he can get some better and safer farm. And they're going to park good old Tree Man bot to just press one button and kill waves.
Wow. Nature's Grasp. Very good ability.
He's
very
got a
strong.
book.
Oh, you're right. Wow. Damn.
Interesting. I don't
still
think
a whole recepe away.
Seen this build.
Very strong. Necro books, Synderen. I mean, we're past the point where people leave it at level 1, right? Since that the nerf, or we still see it from time to time.
Yeah, we do still see it on certain heroes. Oh, top lane. There it is.
Lasso
dagger
initiation,
reveal.
Blink dagger reveal. FN is linking. Will he be able to get out? Doesn't look like it, but it might cost Batrider his life. But I think he'll take that at the end of the day. Or will he even? Only
just juke.
Yeah,
just juke the spear, man. It's easy.
Yeah, easy. Boom. Down he goes. So 1-for-1, Batrider. I mean, they're both around the same network.
Oh, bot lane. That's the bigger kill.
Oh, wow.
I used Exo. Wait, what?
Wow.
Why?
And the tip to the follow. Yeah, that was weird. He was mega dead. Not even remotely close.
What the hell?
Does he have Yules or something? No, he doesn't even have Yules yet.
I don't know if that was it might have been a misclick, and he was trying to Spirit Siphon the other hero, because there's like no way.
Yeah, I think that was a misclick. So two whole minutes of no exorcism. And they know that. That's why the tips came through. It wasn't like one of those misclick BKB in the jungle or Ravage in the jungle and no one sees you, right? They're still afraid of it because they don't know the truth behind your disgusting mistakes. But this one was in full view of thousands of people.
They're going to start getting texts.
Shame.
Hey, did you see DP used ulti? Uh-oh. Nyx.
Yeah, well, the Timber Chain was stolen by Save. Mars ult is here. Nice pin into the arena. The Timber Chain does not connect to those shields, unfortunately, for Save, but it doesn't
Instant
really matter.
revenge. And the kill, as they were hoping for, goes to Undying. So he gets the gold bounty.
Oh, that Aghanim Scepter's coming, Cinder. Woo, doggy.
I think they were hoping that the kill would go on Epikid. He was trying to secure it with Crypt Swarm, but then Troll used Magic Wand, and the Crypt Swarm didn't get the last hit, so he went to Undying.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, Undying, I don't understand this hero. Like, why is this a hero in Dota? And I understand that the hero wins sometimes, Cinder. I do understand it. But it feels like if you do not have a good laning stage, you suck the whole game. You're just on a team of 4 other players that are trying to carry you. You are the dead weight. You know, that's how I feel about Undying. Obviously an exaggeration, but there's some truth to it.
There is I think this hero is really, as far as supports go, it's one of the most polarizing ones, just because if you lose your lane, you feel like you've lost half your hero. But the other part is, he is really only good at one type of gameplay. There's tons of supports in this patch right now that are played and that are useful that can do different things, right? Like can skirmish, or can team fight, or can assist in taking Roche. Undying, or can wave clear, right? Undying has no wave clear, no stun, no good slow, like, yeah, Tombstone, and his ulti, but you need to come in really close, right, compared to a lot of other supports.
Yeah.
He team fights. That's what he does. And if his laning stage is bad in the start, it can be difficult to find the fights he likes. So I'm with you. The hero is really...
early Firefly. We'll talk about it Undying the rest of this game. Don't worry. I got a lot to say about this. Oracle's going to pop the ult onto the Batrider, who will live as a result. Troll Warlord is Yules up. We'll pop the Battle Trance. Actually, that was during his Battle Trance, so nicely done. They'll take him out with ease. So 1-for-1, and Rubik is the only one to die for VPP so far. The Exorcism will continue. They're going to find Roger on this very purple Treant Protector, where if this set came out 5 years ago, everyone would be very angry. Ends up being a 2-for-1 in favor of VPP.
Yeah. Great initiation from them. They got the arena off the way they wanted. They got Razor on top of the Troll instantly, started draining him out. Even though the Oracle comes out to save the bat and ultimately give him a kill on the Rubik, HR very quickly identified abort mission. And that's one of the things that's also pretty impressive, especially in the CIS region. Historically, teams have been, when they get into fights, it's a lot of just fight to the death mentality, without so much... the region is known for divide Dota, right? Where you don't control your aggression too well. But HR seems to have a good strategic understanding of, okay, this is a bad fight because the thing we're trying to avoid in this game just happened. All of it happened. They got the jump. They got a link on our Troll. We cut our losses. And those decisions are not that easy to make all the time, but I think backing out there is the perfect choice. You lost 2 heroes, you got 1. Not the end of the world. Big ultis used by the enemy team as well. Arguably, it wasn't even really that big of a loss, right? It was a troll kill, though. It's big, but Exorcism was used, Arena was used, and you lost troll plus
Exorcism's
train.
almost back up already.
Yeah, you know? That is true. Oh, Undying might be in trouble here.
Undying. Oh, on the cliff he goes with the tombstone. Lasso onto the Mars, trying to bring him up with his disgusting friend on the cliff. Not able to make it, though. The silence to follow, so it's a 1-for-1 and Undying for a Bat Rider. Not what you want to see if you're the HellRaisers right now. Oracle pinned to the tree, Spirit siphoned up, and chopped down by DM as they're going to attempt to go for this tier 1 tower mid.
Yeah, nice sequence from them. They played aggressively again with Arena up, even though they didn't have Exorcism. They feel like there is a play there, and they get it done. Glyph plus Living Armor. Can they defend this tower? Oh, the Brambles didn't connect on the range creep. Oh, next wave's coming in anyway, so who cares? And there's no backdoor anyway, and they can easily tank this. So what am I saying, Shannon? That's really stupid.
The tower's dead.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone as expected. That is probably the most high-value move of the game that Prodigy have made. They got a big kill on the bat plus the mid-tier 1 tower without using Exo. And that means their next play is now available to them. Arena in 30 seconds could look to smoke up, play aggressive once again, try to invade, and really play on the timing that they have right now. They're actually really damn strong with 2 of their cores. So if they do wait for the... Oh, I like this play from HR.
Yeah, they're going for a Roche. All right, much earlier than last game, of course.
Easy to identify that this is happening. It's not an obvious play on the map right now.
Yeah, Troll Warlord definitely opens up the possibility to take this.
They have no idea this is happening.
Timbersaw tanking.
Not at all.
Yeah, this could be a 3 Roche.
If they knew, they would be fighting this 100%. I think the Dire have a really good chance of winning this fight.
Undying was made for this. He wasn't made for much, but Roche fighting. Tombstone in the pit is one of them. Now, I was thinking about this after the last conversation. I think I've finally decided what the reason is that Undying has always is kind of a poopy type of hero, very one-dimensional. Okay. Unfortunately, that thought will have to wait here, as there might be a fight that will ruin this conversation. Okay, never mind. So throughout the history of Dota, including Dota 1, Undying's had actually a bunch of different ults, if you remember. He actually had a single target ult that was like amplified damage. It was always around the same premise, right? But look at, like, just based on these heroes in the game, and based on heroes in Dota, do you fear Undying's ult at any point? Like, I'm looking at these other ults, I'm like, wow, I'm scared of this. Oh, watch out for Lasso. Watch out for that Chakram. Mars ult is huge. Undying ult, does anybody care? Does anybody give a shit that Undying just ulted? Nobody's gonna, like, if you're doing a team fight on a pro team and you're saying that you only have so much you can say, like, oh, he popped his ult, watch out for this ult. Nobody in the history of Dota has ever said Undying just ulted, watch out. You know? That's the problem with him.
I guess yeah, but it's not that black and white. It's not that simple. But I'm with you. Like, the ulti is definitely not very terrifying, except from the looks.
It looks scarier than it is. That's the problem. Maybe.
And then you have these really subtle-looking spells that just murder your team. And then Undying shows up, and everybody's like, it's like one of those enemies in Resident Evil that you just kill with one grenade. You're like, whatever. Yeah.
I'm glad we could agree on something finally, Synderen. I appreciate that. Yeah. Speaking of Undying, he's sporting his Tranquil boots, and Infused Raindrops still has 2 of those left. Very exciting stuff, I know. Oh, Epileptic Kid has a set of Vampire Fangs, which...
really good on DP.
Yeah, really good on that hero. I like it. Of course, the actual lifesteal doesn't apply at all, so maybe it's not that good. It's only 6%. Is it really that good?
Night Vision is also pretty nice on DP, I would say.
Yeah, true.
The other option is to give it to them. Well, both Razor and Mars like it too. Maybe he should swap with Razor, actually. Razor has BKB now, and then you could put the Essence Ring on DP. I think that would be good too. We'll see if they do that or not. Yeah, I think it's an overlooked aspect of the item a lot of the time when people talk about it. Like, it's very natural to focus on the lifesteal part because the other part is only active for half of the game. But Night Vision can be super useful on specific heroes for being able to detect that there's a good sound score. Oh, he got BKB instantly! That was so fast!
Very nicely done. Epileptic Kid doing a lot of damage as the Troll Warlord will fall. Of course, that is the Aegis, but he already used his ult, and they're just surrounding him, including Undying. He's going to pop his BKB.
Stolen Lasso.
And the Stolen Lasso will ensure the kill. That's a double kill for Razor. And now VP going to push with this Exorcism up. HellRaisers caught with their pants down a couple times now.
And it makes all the difference in the world that he gets BKB off. If he doesn't get BKB off in time when he gets Lasso there, they can maybe burst him, and this fight is totally different. But FN just being quick on the fingers there just ruins their play completely. That's the thing about Batrider here. You jump in and you catch that Razor. If you get counterplayed by a Rubik Lift or a Mars Arena and you don't get out, you're dead after you go in. So you better get a big kill out of it. And yeah, that was super well done from FN.
They forced some TPs out on the top lane. Epileptic hit. Of course, his ult's already down. They couldn't really push anymore anyway. But I mean, despite all of this, Synderin, it's only a 1K net worth lead for VPP. It feels like they've won the last 3 engagements, but it hasn't really created any true separation.
What it does do, however, is that I think this 1K lead, like imagine it's a 1K lead in 10 minutes. I think every minute that goes by that it's even is good for them because Bat isn't progressing very much, right? The heroes on the Radiant that are getting gold, there's quite a lot of gold in this Treant, but his net worth isn't that valuable inherently compared to, say, having it on the Batrider. Or the Timber's net worth as well is not high enough to really be a threat. So I like them with a 1K lead here right now. I think it's clearly enough. Because their items and their timing is just super high value in the game right now. It's good.
All right. I'll trust you on this one, Synderin.
Oh, they're going to see Roger here. Do they have a dust? Yep. They do.
Inside the trees, dust, but he's created enough separation.
Just walk in the trees.
I mean, even if they wanted to kill him, I mean, they probably could have if they just grouped up a little more. Is it really worth the extra time, though, Synderin? I mean, it's a very annoying hero. It's going to clear another wave, though. Pops his Necrobug. That's so random.
It's a bit of gold for
Rubik. Is it just for, like,
the
split push here?
I'm not completely sure about the logic behind the book. If it's just to ramp up these split push plays or to ramp up his farm, that he can, since he's generally just out on the map doing random things, that he can be that much more efficient and get toward bigger items. I don't know if that's the logic. Or if it's to keep the creep wave in place when he uses Nature's Grasp, and he can have the Necro Book prevent them from doing exactly this where they run away all the time. Very annoying. Because if you do place your hero on the lane when you cast the Brambles or when you cast the Grasp, you're obviously exposed, right, to getting killed. And that is what might be happening right now.
Yeah. This feels like an AUI 2000 play. He used to do this on like Coddle and literally every other hero.
God, he used Overgrowth just to delay them here as well.
Yeah, he did that. And now they might actually try to commit. Now they pissed him off. And Tombstone is placed. Undying found his purpose in life. Yules is there. Telekinesis. Silence. Every spell in the book.
If I'm Treant, I'm not even mad. That's so funny and good, actually. Man, the amount of space from Roger, that's... it doesn't even feel satisfying when you kill him, you know? Sometimes when there's a pesky here in the game, you're like, finally we got him, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's just like, god damn, how did it have to take so long?
Well, they're going to turn this very important tree kill. I mean, he was the reason they could not push the last 10 minutes, it feels like. Just keeps clearing these waves. Okay, I was going to say they were going to go for that tier 2, but it looks like that is not the case. BKB is a 9-second now for Death Prophet. We'll be going for the Shivas.
This is a big moment, the smoke from VP.Prodigy.
I mean, is it not obvious that they're smoked? Because they were by the tier 2 tower, and then they decided not to push, and now they're off the map.
Yeah, it was probably a little bit too slow. If they had been able... I don't know if it was possible for them to do this 10 seconds earlier, but it could have been a really big moment if they caught the enemy.
Pushka's going to tank it. Good positioning here.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll actually see it. Oh, the blink up from DM. Looking for Nyx. This could be a really big kill if they find it. BKB into the TP, though. Right. And yeah, they're going to have to settle for the Oracle.
I thought for a moment he was going to hold himself just to buy some more time there, but decides against it. it's very clear what the game plan is from HellRaisers right now. They've identified we're not favored in fights. So if the enemy team is going to group up and run at us, we will avoid taking any engagement. Treant is just assigned to taking care of bottom lane. Whoever can takes care of mid lane, and then Timbersaw is taking care of top lane. You see, it's a very good strategic split. They will catch Roger, though. Nice spear.
They sure will.
And as well be just a game of cat and mouse for a large part right now. Just gonna clear out the pests if you're Prodigy, so that you can get access to something big in the game.
Well, Halberd is pretty close to being finished from FN. What's that?
Look at Timber. So they've again. So now Treant died bot. So they think the aggressive play from Prodigy is gonna come bottom. So Phonic is gonna start cutting the wave.
Oh wow!
He
learned
could
from
be in
Tree.
trouble though.
I think in the Timber chain for now. Yeah, with the Lotus Orb, they're gonna have to wait. Telekinesis is coming now though, and there it is. They cancel the Timber chain, and yeah, he's gonna be brought down.
He didn't use his hood. Use your hood, bro. He might have actually been able to buy himself some time there. Could have maybe got over the tree line at least. I think he's dead either way, but
yes, he is.
Could have been a bit of time.
Okay, Sani, after that Blink Dagger, did go for the Force Boots of Travel. Ooh, Spider. Oh, that's the wrong side. I was gonna say Spider Legs on. Actually, never mind. Well, I guess Spider Legs. Would you still put it on Batrider if they got it? Despite
Bat or Troll.
Yeah,
it's a really good item against Razor. You can suddenly find escape angles that you don't usually have against the. Like,
ooh, Paladin Sword's a good one.
Yeah,
I think DM might just keep that one.
Yeah. I gave it to DP.
DP. Oh,
yeah, it's good.
Just for the regeneration.
It's a lot of healing.
Amplify. Okay. Oh, they're gonna find the Batrider completely surrounded. It feels like they're just trying to delay. Is that how it feels to you? They're just pushing these lanes, being annoying, dying just to buy time for Troll to get huge.
It's very clear team strategy move. Like they're talking, what's our play in the game, and they've decided that this is the one. I kind of agree with it. Obviously, the Batrider casualty sucks. The Treant Death bot and the Timber Death bot weren't as bad as the Bat one, just because his next item is more important than theirs. Oh, they caught Phonic as well. They're really trying to cut, but Prodigy are doing a really good job at catching. Playing like this is difficult. What HellRaisers need to do is hard. If you feel like you can't fight, you need to dodge and push waves all the time and minimize casualties. Playing Dota that way is very, very hard in this patch. They're probably going to lose Roche too. And now it's looking very Prodigy this game. With an Aegis SNY on Razor just picked up. Shiva coming in for DP. They might be able to high ground soon.
Yeah, it's getting to that point.
All they got to handle is if they can push before Bat gets BKB, they're in a good spot. If they can't, suddenly Kasani has a much stronger play in the game where he can BKB Blink Lasso and force step the guy into the base. You know, good old Batrider stuff. And Rubik can't counterplay at that point when the BKB is out. So
he's still a ways away, though.
Yeah, that's why the death top was important. Right now. It slowed him down by 2 minutes on his BKB progress.
All of VPP in the top lane means that Troll can apply a little bit of pressure to the bot tier 2. He's going to get a little bit of the Plasma Field. Static Link is here. There are a couple of members to help out Troll if they want. They're actually going to leave him. Troll is dead. So Troll is joining the party of pushing / feeding to buy space for himself.
Got them, I think, 4 TPs and 3 bounty runes. It's still... Oh, okay, Bat dies, then it's bad.
Bat dies too.
Yeah. Before that, it was somewhat even. Now it's not at all.
HellRaisers definitely on the back foot this time around. I mean, the score in terms of kills is not remotely close, but net worth still not crazy. 6K is definitely a healthy amount for VPP, but wouldn't say it's insurmountable by any means.
Oh, they can absolutely lose this game, and they can lose it against a Bat without BKB as well, but it really comes down to finding a way to contesting the Rubik. Because Rubik will counterplay this Bat every single fight. Bot tower will go down this time.
Tome is going to be on Troll, by the way, trying to get this level 20.
Yeah. Guessing he'll take 30 damage. Evasion is not good against DP, so... More than likely the evasion or damage talent.
Yep.
And now comes the hard
this might be
defense.
the push.
Yeah, this is a tough defense. It's really difficult.
Aegis intact. Cheese on epileptic. Here comes Battera. They do get the
Rubik was
DP
not
in
in
his sight.
position. Oh my god, he got it
The
off.
Cheese, though, just in time, and the Exorcism is going to do a hell of a lot. 2 are going to die. There are buybacks available for HellRaisers. Nyx is forced to use Battle Trance. On top of the Oracle also will be full health, but he is completely surrounded right now. Trying to go for the Undying, but even he can't kill him. 3 dead, 3 buybacks. And this is going to be a Rax, if not more.
Save was not ready there to counter the lasso, but they still, DP just barely survived. Like 5% HP got cheese off, and then the fight's just over. They committed everything to try to get the DP. I love the shot call because they identified that they had the chance of doing it while Save wasn't ready. But they were lacking a little bit of damage, and VP just destroyed them.
They need to get some kills here, though. They have potential. FN pretty low, but that is the Aegis. They don't want to die back just to take that out. And DPP is going to get out without any deaths.
Yep. They only lost to cheese. For 3 kills, 3 buybacks.
He had, I think, about 100 HP when he popped that cheese.
Yeah.
That was... like, what happens if he dies there before using cheese? Do they just lose the fight entirely?
Yeah. They get run over.
That was very pivotal.
Probably get run over. You can't say for sure. Like, Razor is strong here. Like, maybe it becomes a trade of sorts. But... yeah, that would have been really, really big if he died.
Well, HellRaisers are going to continue to try to be pesky in these lanes. Roger doing his thing, doing his AUI 2000 impression. Funnick is working on a Sange Kaya. Kaya Sange, as they call it. KNS. Do you actually call it by the full name every time? Or do you abbreviate in any way?
Kaya
There's
Sange?
S and Y. Yeah.
I think I call it Kaya Sange. Yeah.
Well, smoke on both respective sides. Might see a clash here. I'm not sure if Shiva's was done in that last fight. It might have
For
been.
DP?
But
It was.
either way. Okay. Well, we'll be working towards a...
Oh, this is not how you want to start this fight.
Is in there, pops the BKB. They're going to try to do what they can while these BKBs are active, but Troll Warlord getting really low. The Battera is going to be the first to fall, and Troll followed suit. GG's call. This is going to game 3.
Nice quick response there from Save. He blinked overgrowths that he had stolen. He steals lasso from Bad. Yeah, that was a desperation move from HR.